Hello, welcome to Talking About Life with Lily podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. So, today we're going to be dissecting something that is sad, but I'm going to try my best to, you know, give my honest commentary to this article. So, I came across this article that stated that third year student was allegedly killed by her boyfriend. And the article, that was the heading of the article, and then the article read Toshwana University of Technology, South Africa. It was reported that a third year student was allegedly stabbed by her boyfriend. It was found out that the victim's friends tried to contact her and so was unable to reach her on multiple occasions and so reached out to the university security personnel, and then the university security personnel decided to further investigate deeply into the issue and investigated her room to find out where she has been and just find out clues, and found her happened to find her on the floor with multiple stab wounds to the upper side of her body. And it was allegedly concluded that it was the boyfriend that did that to her. And and he was the last person that saw her, allegedly. So I decided to come up here on this podcast to talk about it because I think relationships, with regards to, and I'm talking to my fellow women, or ladies or young girls, or not just women only, just the men also. I'm just going to try my best. I'm not all of a sudden a guru or a professional in relationships and all that, but I'm just going to try my best to give my honest commentary. So, first of all, I want to say condolences, my sincere condolences to the family of the victim. It is a very painful thing to watch your daughter, you know, die. Not even literally watch her, but to find out that your daughter didn't just die, peacefully, was stabbed multiple times to death. That is a very gruesome, painful reality for any family to go through. So, my condolences to the family. I'm just going to talk to my ladies and say relationships many times need to be carefully entered into. And even me myself, I try to even tell myself that because emotions is tricky, feelings are tricky, they can be vague, they can be very deceptive sometimes. You need to be very careful with regards to relationships. It is important, and this is just my honest advice. It is important that if you're attractive to somebody, there's nothing wrong with that. You are flesh, you are a human being. If you're attracted to somebody, the opposite sex, it's important to find wise counsel and have a conversation about that. It can be your friends, it can be your family, it can be your siblings, it can be, but most importantly, I would advise talk to God about it. Tell him, you know what, God, like, I am having feelings for this person and I want to know if this is the right thing I should do. And I know that is a very, when I say it like that, it seems easy. It's not, but you need to tame yourself as a lady to resolute within yourself to say, you know what, God, like, I'm having feelings for, just be open with God and tell him I'm having feelings for this person and I want your honest, answer if this is something that you think I should enter into, if this is something that I should stay away from. Because The thing about it is that every single one of us has a purpose. Every single one of us has, you know, a uniqueness, and we have something to offer to this world. You know, our uniqueness, our talents, our swag and whatnot. You have something to offer. Our purpose. You have something tangible to offer to this world. And so relationships can destroy that, or add to that, or build on that. So it's important to be very careful with your feelings. You don't just say, "Oh, I have feelings for this person. He asked me out and whatnot," and then you just jump into it. Well, some people might probably say, I did that and it worked for me and we are married and we have children. That's fine. But I'm saying this to our generation, where in this day and age where things are getting really, you can't trust anybody, and the world and the society is getting extremely dangerous. You need much more than your feelings. You need much more than your what you're seeing physically. You need someone with wise counsel. You need a group of people with wise counsel to be able to tell you that if this is something that is the right way to go. Personally, to me, this is my personal. It's up to you to take it or not. To me personally, I really think talk it over with God. Talk it over with God, and express yourself and tell him if this is something that you want me to enter into. Let it happen. If it is not, let something happen to be able to break off this connection, and just shatter this connection, because I do not want to tamper with the purpose I have inside of me. I do not want to tamper with the uniqueness, the talents, the God given purpose and destiny that I have to accomplish. I don't want to tamper with those things, because if we are going to be honest with ourselves as ladies, relationships tamper with those things many times. And so you need to be careful that you're with the right person, so that it doesn't get tampered with, but gets built upon. It is important that you have an honest conversation with God. I have feelings for this person. What do you think? Your personal time talking to God about it. And I know this is difficult because feelings can get so overwhelming. Feelings can get so, out of control, that it's like everything is check, check, check. He's doing this, he's doing that, or vice versa. She's doing this, she's doing that. And so everything is checking out of the box. Feelings can be deceptive. What you see can be deceptive. So you need much more than just your feelings. And I know it's extremely difficult. It is extremely difficult to branch out of your feelings and say, I surrender. I surrender my feelings. I want God to have an opinion. God, what do you think? Beyond my strong feelings, beyond my strong attraction. God, what do you think? It's a difficult thing to surrender, but it is wise to surrender. Because a lot of us, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we didn't surrender. And so we found ourselves in unpleasant situations. And many of us didn't even know that we are supposed to surrender, you know, and not just surrender and all of a sudden, you know, answer the question for God. Wait patiently, because we are human beings. We tend to, this is I need the answer now. No, you need to be careful, and you need to be conscious of the fact that relationships are not just relationships. Coming together with somebody, it's not just feelings only. It is purpose, it is talent, it is what something needs to be there. The right kind of person needs to come together with you so that both of you can grow and end up in marriage. And I know a lot of people in this day and age might probably say, I don't want to get married. I don't understand how that works, but um I just want to date around and do whatever it is I want to do, and then when I'm ready, I'll get married. I don't understand how that works. That's what I mean to say. I just, Jordan Peterson, which is one of my mentors, was basically talking about the lessons and the fulfillment that comes with marriage. A lot of people might be in shock and and dumbfounded that why are we talking about marriage with regards to someone that has died, but it is so important that because the reason why society is failing and people are dying and there is STDs, um there is trauma existing, there is there is so many things happening in society that is breaking society, broken relationships, broken homes and whatnot. These and the top of it all is broken homes. And so these are the things that are destroying and crumbling and just making society to be as dust. And so I was listening to Jordan Peterson, and Jordan Peterson was just talking about the fulfillment that comes with marriage, expatiating on that. And there was a lot of things I gleaned from that, when he was talking about marriage and what it does, the advantages of it, and relationships and what it does. And even God himself designed relationships, marriage for a purpose. And so for you to this is no judgment. It is so important that you see God's face about your relationships, about your dating, about your feelings, because it saves you from a lot of and I know people might have a hard time dissecting it, but we need to learn to be more patient. When feelings come, we surrender. When feelings come, no matter how strong the feelings are, we just surrender it. God, like, what do you think? Is this the person? Or I will just find myself, you know, ending it with this person and then jumping into another one. I want to be with the right person. I mean, just think about it. If every single one of us across the global sphere can just surrender our feelings and our attractiveness and say, you know what, God, what do you think? And obviously, if you really seek God and ask God, He's going to come through. He will. And you need to be patient and wait for Him to answer, not that you're answering for Him. He's going to come through. Imagine if God answered, everybody surrendered like that, and God answered. Imagine the less broken home, the less trauma, the less this. That doesn't mean that you're going to be gliding through, you know, a path of 100% happiness and there's not going to be trials and tribulations. There are going to be those things, but now it's with the right person that you're going through trials and tribulations with. It's not with the wrong person. So this is just my advice to ladies. This is just it's a sad situation, but I think it is so important that we start having much more conversations that it's okay to have strong feelings for somebody. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But what matters is your surrender. Surrender those feelings to God. And this is my opinion. You don't have to take it if you feel like you have a better way figured out. This is what I know that is wise. It is. Because if we're going to be honest with ourselves as women, there are things we didn't surrender about and we found ourselves in unpleasant situations because we didn't surrender it, because we didn't patiently wait after surrendering. We just wanted to we filter the waters ourselves. We are the detector. We are the ones that will figure it out. You're human. You need help. You need wise counsel. You need people around you to be able to, tell you, and not just people around you, because if people around you can also feed you the wrong counsel. You need to talk to God and also surround yourself with wise counsel to be able to express these feelings that you have and trust that this wise counsel will be able to feed you the right things. And also wait on God also. Don't just trust in the wise counsel. So, and to my men, I'm just going to say this. It is so important that one of the one of the failures in our society is the fact that we have so many broken homes. And so as a result of these broken homes, men don't know how to be men, women don't know how to be women. We just figure it out our way. And obviously, our way doesn't get us anywhere, to be honest with you. It doesn't. So, our men many times are affected because, broken homes, father is emotionally unavailable, you know, even if, um, the father is, there are other circumstances that can, make the boy grow up in a very dysfunctional household and all that. So, it's important that we we have much more father figures in the society that have stable homes that will be able to feed into our men and teach them the proper way to be a man, be emotionally available for them, teach them how to be a man. Because in this case now, allegedly he was the one, allegedly, I repeat, allegedly he was the one that stabbed her. Some people might probably say maybe she provoked him. Even if she did, like, it doesn't warrant you picking up something to stab another human being. And even if you're a man and you're angry, it doesn't warrant you to pick up something. The same vice versa to a woman. No matter how upset and angry, it doesn't mean you pick something and you stab the man, or you, like, all this physical altercation. Like, it doesn't have to get to that. This is why I keep saying it is important to surrender your feelings. And to my men, I just surrender your feelings as well. Don't just think, she's fine, she's beautiful, and all those things. She checks my boxes, and so I should try this out. No, surrender your feelings as well. Because men do go through a lot of things as much as women do. I'm not trying to support him in this situation because I know people can pick bits and crannies of what I'm saying and, twist it and say, I'm trying to say that, the man in this case killed her because he was going through. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking to men in general now. I'm saying that surrender your feelings. Don't just go by how attractive she is. Don't just go by how she is pleasant, and surrender your feelings. Say, God, I'm attracted to this person, and I want to try it out, but I want to trust that you will give me the appropriate advice, the appropriate counsel, and I want to surrender it. We need more men and women surrendering their feelings, surrendering their attractiveness, surrendering their sexuality, surrendering everything. We need more sanity in our society. Because if she surrendered her feelings, and if he also surrendered his feelings, they'll probably not have met each other. And this murder would probably not have happened. We need to have more conversations on surrendering your feelings, not just for the women alone, for the men. I'm just going to stop here because and I'll just add this: it is difficult to surrender your feelings, but it is wise to do so. And as I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to myself, because it's easy to give advice, it's easy to comment, but it's much more difficult to apply it. It is important to surrender our feelings, no matter how attractive the woman is, no matter how attractive the man is, no matter how pleasant the woman or the man is. It is important to surrender those feelings and trust and wait on God to answer. This is my commentary. It's up to you to pick and choose if this is, but this, to me, this is wise to surrender, you know. So again, my condolences to the family of the young girl, and to the man that did that. I'm not pleased. You've just killed someone's daughter. I mean, I just, it's a very sad situation, but if indeed you're the one, because it's written on the article allegedly, If indeed you're the one that did that, I hope you are found and you face the consequences of your actions. We need to start surrendering everything in our society, because we don't surrender, we find ourselves in unpleasant situations, and it has destroyed so many lives. So I'm just going to end it here. Think about these things, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.